You want the best sales reps for your business? Here's how. Now, it seems simple, but it's not easy. Just show them that they're joining a winning team, bro. I mean, for real, don't just tell them what they want to hear. Now, before you're ready to hire commission-only sales reps, you need 4 key things. You need a validated offer, experience closing it, significant sales data, and a feedback flywheel. Ooh. Now, here's the bonus. If you check these 4 boxes, not only will you be prepared to bring on sales reps, if you do it properly, in the process, you will have already made a shit ton of money. And if you're already making a shit ton of money, you probably just need to do more of what you're already doing, or after that, you need to get a lot better at basically all of it. Sounds easy, right? So if you're still taking sales calls in the business, this video is for you. So let's hit each of these. And by the end of this video, you should know if you're ready to scale up the team or keep it lean for now. And I'm asking you to be honest with yourself. Be honest about what you don't have, what you do have, and what you're already working on improving. Because asking others to go along with you on this ride should not be taken lightly. There are literal livelihoods and families in the balance economically. So first up is a validated offer. Now, that means that you've proven a couple of things. You can sell to your market/audience in these conditions with this traffic source, and you have delivered on your core marketing promises. To put this a different way, you should be closing about 20% of your taken sales calls to cold traffic and as high as 50% of sales calls to warm networks. And now as far as success rate or results, you should be delivering on your marketing promise a majority of the time and probably have some decent social proof or case studies. I'm not asking anyone to be perfect here. I'm asking you to do the right thing and to do a good thing. Now, if you don't have any of this yet or much of this, it's okay. However, let's be clear, you have a hypothesis, not a business. So unless you have startup capital or you plan on making your first hires partners and dealing in equity promises, this stage is gonna be like solopreneur, one-man band, maybe you and a couple of VAs or hourly employees. So embrace the bumps and bruises of this phase because it's gonna make for like a sick chapter in your story. Now, if you can manage to do this, the hardest part's over. Once you build a marketing machine that is generating highly qualified leads, you close them into a strong offer, and you get those people great results, sales reps are going to want to rock with you even if you're not that scaled up yet or productized or systematized. The best sales reps are entrepreneurs that want to help you make this thing a household name. So next is experience closing the offer. If you do validate the offer, well, congrats, you've got this one too already, but it's worth digging into what I mean here a little bit more. Because if you haven't done the job before at all, you will struggle to hire, train, and manage the job you haven't done. So I've worked directly with a few hundred small businesses now. And there's an unsurprising theme with those of you who don't really feel innately gifted in sales. Listen, if that's you, you want out way too soon. So instead of acquiring not just a great skill set that can make you millions of dollars, you're also missing out on acquiring customer insights that are going to help you make more money faster and also make a better thing. So if you're a product person and you don't feel like you're a salesperson, you need to commit to sales because it's actually going to help you create a better product. So what ends up happening is you want to delegate, you want to find someone better than you want to find someone who's good at sales. And the reality is no one should actually be better at selling you than you. You probably have an efficiency somewhere else in your sales or marketing funnel that you're not addressing, and you think a salesperson is going to fix all of that. A salesperson is not a panacea, magic bullet, silver bullet. A killer sales rep would actually rarely make it past the interview with you if you can't speak to your experience closing or selling what you're asking them to sell. So for those of you who don't come from sales and you don't already have a business partner with sales skills, actually slow down here. Like, make sure you develop some of these muscles. Otherwise, you're going to attract broken and inexperienced sales talent and you'll lose time and money. My third point is statistically significant sales data. That's a mouthful. Once more, this comes from the former points. So if you don't know, anomalies occur in small numbers, and tracking your numbers is good for a number of reasons, but I'm going to point out 2 for now. Number 1, you will have a control/baseline to beat/improve upon. Number 2, you can separate your whole team's feelings from facts. Feelings may be valid, but they're also often fleeting. And if you know anything about sales reps, it's probably that they're influential and can sell ice to Eskimos. And if you don't have enough sales data to keep in touch with your reality, a sales rep who wants their way will convince you your leads are bad, your VSL needs to be redone, and you need to sell your services at a discount because nobody has any money. Don't let this happen to you. Any of those things may be true at any given time, but without data, you risk spinning out and burning cash. So don't lose touch with your reality. Do the boring stuff. Get the data, data, and you'll make data-driven decisions. Because before you make hasty decisions because the results aren't where you want them, if you can stop and gather all the data you possibly can on the matter, both quantitative and qualitative, before you reach a conclusion/decision, then you'll be better off. You'll make better decisions. And I know that may sound slow, but slow is smooth and smooth is fast. And you'll also get a lot faster at doing this in due time. So once you actually make a habit of this consistently, you'll realize that most people make pretty irrational decisions. And in turn, it's going to help you guide prospects through more decisions, more informed decisions. And you're actually going to also start closing what I call analytical buyers. And if you can close analytical buyers, you can close anyone. Now, lastly, this is a feedback flywheel, and this is kind of a next level play. So it's okay if you just start doing some of this stuff and you don't have this dialed, because I'm actually still mastering this one myself. This is a new skill I've learned in the past 12 months. And what it's going to do is align marketing with sales congruently, and it's going to shorten your sales cycle. The flywheel effect here is the input-output relationship between sales call data and marketing data, because most marketing systems are informed by quantitative data only. And that's why a lot of salespeople want to unalive novice media buyers, because they say things like, cost per lead's good, guys. Why aren't you closing any sales? Now, you probably already know that I believe call review is massively slept on, because it's just either not done or it's done poorly. And it's one of the most common denominators of successful sales reps and entrepreneurs. Like, imagine if NFL teams never reviewed game tape. They were just like, let's do better out there, okay, Patriots? Like, maybe you just try to envision yourself in the end zone. Did you try that yet? So listening to sales coaching, listening to sales calls for sales coaching is going to bump up close rates and cash collected to new heights. And that's awesome. Yay. If you listen to sales calls for sales coaching and find customer new insights and you put those back into your marketing funnel or your offer, that's going to unlock Rothschild money. Not really. It's actually probably more like Ben Stein money. So anyway, here are the components of the flywheel. First, you're going to generate qualified leads that respond to a CTA. Sound familiar? Then you're going to have a sales conversation and diagnose if you can help that person. Prescribe solutions, make them an offer to work with you on a paid basis. Getting this? They're going to say yes or no. Now, when they say no for whatever reason, find that reason. Find out if there was something within our influence and control in the sales conversation. Maybe could have led to a different outcome. Give the feedback to the salesperson and team. Attempt to better shift your prospect, your market's worldview to align with the buying criteria, the buying beliefs, or your worldview, if it's easier. Now, this could be email marketing, organic content, middle of funnel content that people are seeing before sales calls. And that is exactly why calls that come from those sources, especially like email, slap. Those are a salesperson's wet dream. So I know it may be difficult to identify like what should you be listening to and how should you, implement the feedback. And that is why it's good to get a professional's opinion on your sales call once in a while. It's like a checkup at the doctor. Have your sales calls reviewed by an expert. And yes, my team does that. Now, if your prospect says yes and you get money and a client, yay, revisit why/what made them say yes. And if you take that trigger event that made them book the call, that thing that happened that made them say enough is enough and decided to do something about it, that thing about your product solution or service that made their certainty go high enough for them to take the next step with you, you want to put those things back into your marketing message. You want to highlight key benefits and outcomes. You want to talk about key trigger events, because if this person that just bought your thing is experiencing this real time, then how many other people in your addressable market are experiencing the thing, right? This isn't new information, but for some reason, people don't just keep iterating and putting this stuff back into the funnel. So once you can incorporate that, you can now target more people like them who are experiencing those same things. Now, for some of you, and for the big guys and gals in the room, this is known as customer development. This is market research. This is customer development, customer listening, and learning how you can implement even a small piece of this into your business could give you an innovative edge over all of your competitors, and you will soak up more market share. Let's be honest. The world order is changing. The economy is in flux right now. And even if you're just looking for your next 10 sales this month, you can learn so much from the patterns of all of your prospects showing up in your sales funnel right now. So learn from the data and keep turning and tightening the screws. Now, if you want to build a sales team that doesn't break down on you all the time, make sure you have my sales management playbook. This is a completely free look into what I do with my managed teams every single week, every single month. Now that you know exactly what's needed to attract top sales talent, you can either go out and find some or keep stacking up cash as you lock all this stuff in. Hope that helps. Happy selling.